So recently, I've started to say that we need to start referring to the Trump tariffs as the Trump tax, because they are in fact paid by US consumers. Technically, of course, they are paid by the companies doing the importing, but they then pass those price increases on to us, so we pay the Trump tax. But there's now a new term that I also love and think we need to start using, and this term came from the Telegraph, a UK paper. And what they're calling it, based on the warnings of international economists, is the Trump slump. Because these economists across the globe, not just here in the United States, right? They're not biased against Trump, are predicting the US job market to shrink by 64% next year. They have revised their predictions due to the numbers that have been coming out showing horrific job growth, and they explicitly say this is because of Donald Trump's policies. So this slump that we are seeing, which they point out we haven't seen since the last recession, is the Trump slump. This is what James Knightley, the chief international economist at ING, told the Telegraph. Trump's policies have contributed to a further deterioration in the labor market that was already underway. Certainly, the numbers have been coming in much weaker since he's come into office. His policies have created a big headwind to growth and a big headwind to consumer and business sentiment. When you've got uncertainty, companies just naturally pull back on their hiring. And then, of course, he went into Donald Trump for claiming that the labor statistics were somehow rigged against him, which is not the case, and the firing of Dr. Erica McIntyre, the lead statistician for the the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But then he pointed out other numbers. You have 14% of the U.S. population right now that believes that job cuts are coming and that fewer jobs will be created last year. Now, that's just consumer voter belief, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. However, whenever the voter sentiment hits that point, as Knightley points out, that is typically an indicator of a recession because the voters are always right about it. That's what's crazy.